So you've been looking at ThriveCart and trying to decide if it is right for you and your business. Well, today I want to share with you our review on ThriveCart as well as a bunch of bonuses that you can get by checking out this video. Hey, what's going on? My name is Tim, one of the founders here at Scary Good Marketing. We help take the fear out of marketing and advertising your business using battle-tested strategies and creativity to bring you a better ROI. Now, obviously, you had probably been looking at ThriveCart or heard somebody talk about ThriveCart, and you probably have been looking at a whole bunch of different reviews, whether this is your first review or your 50th review. And you really want to understand, is ThriveCart really right for you and your business? And we're here to give you our honest review on ThriveCart. Now, before we start our review, I just want to let you know that we have been using ThriveCart since 2016 when we started our agency, and we were very much so trying to decide what shopping cart platform was right for us and our business. And we have pretty much used a whole bunch of different shopping cart platforms that are out there and different payment providers and all kinds of different things. And we really ended up going with ThriveCart because it just was a lot simpler and made the most sense for our business. Now, if you would like to see who ThriveCart is actually for and who we recommend ThriveCart to, we actually created a video right here talking about who ThriveCart is for and who ThriveCart is not for. And we really wanted to make these two separate videos because this is primarily just going to be an entire review going through ThriveCart and really helping you understand and actually see the software in action, how we use it, what we recommend to some of our clients, and how we help them set up their ThriveCarts if they decide to go with that platform and it makes sense for them in their business. Now, before you jump on over and check out that video, I just want to let you know that we do also have a bunch of awesome bonuses for you if you decide to get ThriveCart through our affiliate link. And as you may know, you are only really going to be able to get ThriveCart through a affiliate link anyway, but we really wanted to go above and beyond and not just be like, hey, go check it out, buy it through our link, we get a commission, and all is good in the world. We actually wanted to give you a whole bunch of bonuses completely for free when you go and get ThriveCart through our link. Now, if you'd like to check out those bonuses, we actually put a link in the description below, and that's going to take you to a page that's going to lay out all of the bonuses that you are going to get when you get ThriveCart through our link. Now, enough of that. Let's go ahead and jump into ThriveCart and let me show you everything that there is about ThriveCart. So let's jump on over to my computer. So here we are inside of ThriveCart. You can see here we have a dashboard that really just goes over a bunch of different kinds of information. We can see, overall subscriptions, refunds, total transactions, all kinds of different stuff in here. And the nice thing is you can actually go and you can customize these, and there are so many different things you can add onto here, remove, that way you have everything the way that you really want it. So if we move over here to products, this is going to show you all of your products that you currently have. And then you can see here that there's upsells, downsells, A/B tests, and coupons. So you have all these different options available to you based on what you're wanting to do. You can also search for products right here and be ready to go. So what I want to do is let's just go ahead and create a new product. So the nice thing is you can see that ThriveCart is really going to walk you through step by step and really make it easy for you to get your product created. So you can decide, is this a digital product or a physical product? So right now we're going to go with digital, but I will go and show you what a physical product looks like. So right off the bat, we'll just go ahead and create new. And then right here you can name your product. So we'll just call this test product. Now you can see that you have your checkout page URL, and this is going to be based on the entire URL. And if you have a custom domain set up, or if you're just using the generated ThriveCart domain. So just keep that in mind when you go through and set this up. And we'll walk through some of that a little bit later on in the video. But as you can see here, we pretty much have these steps that we need to go through. You can see that we're on the product side, and then we have options, pricing, bump, processor, affiliate, that kind of stuff. So here we can add a description if we would like. And then right here you have the product status. Is this a disabled product? Are we in a test mode? Or is this product live? So for right now, we're just going to leave it in the test mode. Go ahead and click next. And now you see here pricing options. So you can select whatever currency you are in. So we're going to leave this like that. And then whenever you go, and you can now set up your pricing options. Now the nice thing about this, as you can see, is there is a one-time fee, subscription, split pay, and pay your own price. So we have pretty much used all of these different pricing models. And the nice thing is, let's say that we are selling access to maybe a course, let's say. And let's say that this course we want to sell for $5.99. We put in the price there. The other thing is, do we want to have a trial period? And you can set this to any one of these pre-selected times. So if let's say that we wanted to give people a 7-day free trial, then you can see here that your customers will be charged the $5.99 in 7 days time as soon as their trial period ends. So pretty much once their 7 days hit, that is what they are going to be charged. And then you can also set a limit. Do you want a limit or no limit? So I'm going to go ahead and just leave this as none. And now let's say that we want to set a quantity limit. Let's say that we have 100 of these available. So let's go ahead and hit next. Now you can see here, this is the name of the pricing option. So you can leave it just like this, or you can change this around. This is what is going to show on the actual checkout cart. This is what's going to actually show when people go through the checkout. This is what's going to be the label. And then here you can say, do you want to only allow one purchase at a time, or do you want people to be able to purchase multiple of that specific item? So for this, we're just going to say just allow once, because we don't necessarily want somebody buying 3 copies of the same course, let's say, or maybe you might want that it's 100% up to you. Let's go ahead and hit save. Now that we have that pricing option set, there's a few things that we can do. We can go and we can see the quantity, and we can change it from here anytime that we may need to. The other thing is we can set the out of stock options. Now, this is pretty cool because based on how you're wanting to run your product or any of that stuff, you can see here that you can replace the cart with a message once that option and all of those have been taken up, or you can redirect them to a completely different page, or what you can do is you can reset the counter. And this is kind of nice because if you use this, you can use it as a way of having some kind of like scarcity if you want to do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave it at that just for right now. Now the other thing is, let's say that you want to have a split pay option as well. All you got to do is click add a pricing option. We can go here to split pay, and what are we at? $5.99. Do $5.99 divided by 3 payments. So we would say that it is $199, and it would be $199.90 or $199.66. But we'll just say $199 for simplicity here, and we want to do 3 payments. And then you can have the option to send your customer an invoice for every recurring payment. This is up to you, and essentially what this means is whenever they go through the transaction the first time, they're going to receive an invoice, and then after 1 month from now, they're going to get charged $199 again, and then you want to send them an invoice again, and it's going to do that 3 times in total. And you can see here your customers will be charged $1.99 immediately, and then $1.99 every month for the next 2 months, totaling the payment of $5.97, and so on and so forth. And then the same thing, you can set a limit of this, and we'll just say 5 on here. And then you can see here it says split pay 3 times $1.99, and then sometimes what we like to do is just put the total, just being like equaling X amount of money or whatever you want. This is also going to show on the checkout. So just to kind of clean things up a bit, let's go in here and we're just going to say this is, I want to say $5.97, right? Yeah, $5.97, so that both of these payment options are going to be the same price. Now, if we wanted to add another pricing option, you can add pretty much almost as many different pricing options as you want. I think there's a limit to maybe 6 different pricing options, 5 pricing options. There's quite a few in here that you can do. So now that we have that, now if you click this, you can say that you want to calculate the sales tax if you would wish. And then there's a bunch of different options here for you to choose from. So we can say that this is a video training course, hit next, and then right here you can choose whether if you want to collect these types of taxes or not. So do not collect sales tax in local countries. So if you check these, that means you do not want to collect taxes. So let's say that you want to collect taxes, leave these unchecked, go ahead and click next, and then what you're going to do is just enter in your address, and then just like that, your taxes are going to automatically be populated. You're not going to have to worry about trying to figure out how much you need to charge on tax based on where somebody's purchasing, doing all that. ThriveCart's going to do that for you. And then down here, if you want to customize your invoice, you can have the full invoice or the basic. You can preview it here, and you can see this is what the invoice is going to look like if you have a full invoice. And then if you have a basic invoice, this is the basic one. And if you want to customize it, you can go ahead and do that. I'm not going to. We really don't do any customization. We pretty much just leave it the way that it is because it comes out looking really nice. So I'm going to go ahead and hit next. And now, do you want to have a bump offer? So for your bump offer, you can do the same thing. Is it a digital or a physical product? You can pick between those two. So we'll just say it is a digital product, and then we're just going to call this a bump offer product. And then let's just put this at $27. And there you go. We pretty much have our bump offer, how much it's going to cost, and have it all set up. And then for the customization of this product, we'll be doing that in the checkout section. So that makes it really, really easy to be able to have a bump offer. Now, the one thing to keep in mind with the bump offer product, this is a fixed price, meaning that you can't have it a subscription, you can't have it a split pay. It's just a one-time payment of whatever this price is for the bump offer. Let's go ahead and click next. And then once you go and set up your payment processors, which I'll show you how to do a little bit later, all you're going to do is once you have your payment processors linked, you're just going to hit setup. And you can see here, these are all the payment processors right now. So Stripe and PayPal, and Stripe will actually do the Apple Pay as well as the Google Pay. And as it says here, that these will show up on the supported devices, and that's pretty much it. So for Apple Pay, you will have to go and click Setup. We don't necessarily use Apple Pay. These are the 3 that we use. We use Google Pay because it's really easy, and if you have your Stripe account, it will automatically be set up for you, which is really nice. You don't have to go in and set up a bunch of extra stuff like Apple Pay has you do, and then PayPal. Now, if you have multiple different Stripe accounts or PayPal accounts that you would want to use, you can go through and you can select the different accounts, or you can add a new account. And then the other one that's here is authorize.net. And if you use authorize.net, you're not going to be able to use Stripe. We don't use authorize.net, but I know that it is another really popular option. So I'm just going to go ahead and click those three, and then go ahead to save. And that's pretty much it for the payment processors. Go ahead and click next. And now here, this is probably one of the most powerful things about ThriveCart is it has an affiliate program as well as a JV partner set up in it, and it makes it really, really easy for you to start selling your products or your courses or whatever and have affiliates to go out and promote them. So even if we don't decide to have affiliates right now, we can always go back, click this box, and you can see here that it is going to walk us through exactly how to do all of the affiliate stuff when it comes to the product, which is really, really cool. So I'm just going to run through this really quick because, like I said, I know that affiliate marketing is a really big thing, and it's something you should really consider in your business based on the products and services that you have, and if it makes sense, because it's just a fantastic way to make sales really, really easy because you're getting someone else to go out and promote your products and services. So all we got to do is go here and click Set Up Commissions. You can see here that we are going to start setting up the affiliate commissions. Now, what you can say is this the same for all pricing options, or is it different for each pricing option? So let's just go ahead and click different so that you can see what's going on here. So the first one is, what is the commission rate that you're going to pay somebody if somebody buys the one-time payment versus what are you going to pay an affiliate if one of their customers buys the split pay options? You can have different commissions based on how they pay, which is really, really cool. So let's say that we want to incentivize our affiliates to where if they get someone to buy, the one-time payment, they're going to get, maybe a higher fixed fee, right? So just like it says here, you can do a percentage. So you can say, we want to give you 20% commission or whatever, right? And then you can see here that how much do we want to give for the bump offer, or do we want to give anything at all? So sometimes what we like to do is have a fixed amount. You'll see this where it's like, hey, for every customer that you refer, you get $10 or $20 or whatever, right? And let's say that maybe for this, since we have a one-time payment, and it's the $5.99 here, maybe we say that we're going to give you actually $400 commission on that one sale, because we really want, because we know that the people that go and buy straight off the bat pay the most amount of money. We want the most amount. We know that there are like really hyper buyers, and they're the ones that we want more of, and we're willing to pay higher commissions for that. So we maybe say $400, right? And then we end up making $199 off of that sale, right? And then you can see here that we just put, we're going to offer $0 on the bump offer. And then right here, you can see, how do you want to pay your affiliates? Now, we are going to go in depth on the back end and really show you how you really optimize all of your affiliate program. But right here, you can see that you can have it instantly, meaning as soon as a customer purchases from you, your affiliate is going to get instantly paid. Now, the only way that this works is through PayPal. So you will need to have your PayPal account set up, and your affiliate will have to have a PayPal account to get instant payouts. So you can also withhold until they hit a certain amount, right? So it could be however much after a certain amount of days. You can also have after a certain amount of days. So I know that some affiliate programs are that you'll get paid after essentially like a net 30. So all the sales that you made in a month, after 30 days, you'll get a payout for those commissions if you want to do that. So manually essentially means that you are not going to have ThriveCart automatically do the payment for them. So this could be, let's say that you do it manually. If you're wanting to do checks, you can do that. You'll just have to go to each affiliate, see what their commissions are, pay them out, and then you can mark those as paid. And then you can pick the same thing. Do you want them immediate? Do you want them 1 day, 14 days, any of those things? So you can kind of do all of that. And yeah, so there's a whole lot of different things. And then, like I said, if we go over here to pricing option number 2, we can do the same thing and say maybe we only want to pay them $50 for each person that does a split pay, right? And do the same exact thing. So once that's done, you hit save and you can see the different commission rates, what they're going to get paid, all that kind of stuff. And your affiliate is going to be able to see this information as well. That way they know like what their payouts are, that kind of stuff. And now you go down here to choose your affiliate option. So set up option, and then this is really going to go into how you go about setting everything up, how everything's going to work. So it says here, do you want auto approved when people sign up to become an affiliate? Do you want it to be manually approved, or do you want to disable new signups for this product? So right here where it says first or last cookie, essentially what this means is, let's say that you have a customer and you have affiliate A. That customer goes and sees and clicks on that customer's affiliate link, and they go to the product and they decide that they don't, and they end up not buying. So they click on the link, they're kind of interested, and then for whatever reason, they leave the sales page. Then we have affiliate B. And let's say that that same exact customer that already clicked on your affiliate A's link sees the same link but from affiliate B, and they click on that link. Now what you get to decide is who is, and let's say that they click on affiliate B's link and then they purchase the product. Now what this basically means is the last cookie is who was the last affiliate that referred the customer. So in this case it was affiliate B. So do you want to give affiliate B the commission for that sale? Or with first cookie, even though the customer bought through affiliate B, the sale will actually end up going to affiliate A because they were the ones that introduced the product to that customer. So that's really what this is. More times than not, we usually go with the last cookie because I want to give commission to the last person that actually got the customer to click on to the offer and actually purchase it. So the cookie expiration essentially means how long does the affiliate have to convert somebody into a sale for them to get commissions. And then right here, you can see how you want to pay. So as you can see here, require affiliates to connect their PayPal account for payment. So do you want to say yes, affiliates must connect their PayPal account, or no, I'm able to pay affiliates via some other means, check, etc. So we normally do PayPal just because we like how hands-off it is. Just everything is so much simpler because we don't have to go in and look at all of this and remember to pay out people and that kind of stuff. ThriveCart automates all of it. So right here you can have your affiliate target URL, and just like it says here, customers are taken here after clicking their affiliate link. It is usually your product sales page. So the big thing is, if you are not using the ThriveCart sales page, let's say that you have something built in WordPress, this is where that sales page is going to go. So you can add more links if you would like, because let's say that maybe you have different sales pages based on different audiences or different demographics or whatever. You can add multiple variations of a sales page in here and allow your affiliates to pick and choose which sales page they want. As like I said, maybe one is a sales page, maybe one is a webinar registration that they go to, whatever it is, right? You can just pick those things in here and set those. So right here, hide the product from the affiliate's dashboard. So that's up to you. Do you want to hide from their dashboard, or do you want to leave it as default, as well as allow affiliates to set their own funnel tracking codes? Essentially what this is do you want to give your affiliates the ability to put their tracking pixels on the checkout page? So for instance, do you want to give them the ability to pixel your sales page or any of the checkout page within ThriveCart? So a lot of times we'll disable this. It's up to you how you want to do it. And then right here also, do you want to allow affiliates to set their own bonuses, own bonus delivery URL? So I highly recommend leaving this enabled, because just like how in the description of this video, we have exclusive bonuses for you if you decide to get ThriveCart. This is how we're able to do it. So that's really nice, because just like how we're giving you bonuses for purchasing ThriveCart through our affiliate link, you're able to give your affiliates a lot more ways to help with conversions and get people to actually buy your product, because now people are able to get exclusive things through the person that referred them, any of that stuff. So I highly recommend leaving this enabled. And then once you're done, you just click save, and then we can hit next. And we're all done with the affiliate portion. Now, there is a few things in there that can be a little technical, but it does really make a big difference. And then, like I said, if you ever decide that you don't want to have the affiliate stuff set up, you can just come in here, you can disable it, or we can just click it right there. And now we don't have any affiliates for that product at all. So now that we are here in the fulfillment section, this is really going to be dictated by how you are fulfilling your product. Now, if you have, we are going to jump into the integrations, and I'm going to show you all of that. But right now, this is essentially the simplest way, right? So this is a support email, which you do have to have. So support at 𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗘𝗦𝗖𝗔𝗥𝗬𝗏.com. And this is going to show on the invoice. That way, if they need to reach out to you, if they're having any issues, any of that stuff, they can reach out to you from the invoice that automatically gets sent to them, which is really, really nice. So make sure that you have this in there. It won't let you skip this portion, so you do have to have some kind of a support email in there. Now, just like it says here, what should happen after they purchase? So you really have these three options. So one is to display their total and their invoice. Second is to send them to a URL, or do you want to add them to a membership site? Now, based on what you're wanting to do, and if you have the integrations, that kind of stuff, there's a whole lot of different things that you can do. So right here, displaying the total and the invoice, that is the most easiest thing to do. But just like anything, let's say that we're selling a course like we are in this example, we probably want to add them to a membership site. You can have a whole bunch of different membership sites on here, the different platforms, all that kind of stuff. But let's say that we don't have the integration isn't whatever you are using to host your course. Maybe it doesn't have an integration. The easiest way to kind of somewhat get around that is to send people to a URL. Now, just like it says here, the successful URL should be the same for all pricing options or different for each pricing option. So you can see here that maybe the one-time payment we send people to a different page versus someone that did a split pay, right? So that's really nice. You can set those links in here, and then you can see here that what is the success URL for the bump offer. Now we're going to keep this as the same because regardless of if somebody bought the full price or the split pay, we probably want to send them to where they can go and create their account for the course where they're going to be able to log in. So the best thing to do is, now this is not the most secure way. Now, of course, you want to make sure that you do everything as securely as possible. And the nice thing is there is a URL expiration time on here, which is really nice. But the nice thing is this URL is not going to be seen by the user unless they copy it up here in the actual browser window. But one of the ways that you can get a workaround is create a registration page, and once somebody purchases, it will automatically send them to that registration page. And when people register, then they're going to be able to get access to the course. Now what I recommend is if you can use one of the integrations that ThriveCart has, which we will be going into in this video, that works the best. But if not, you can always just send them to a URL that has a form where they put in their username, password, that kind of stuff, and then they get access to the course. And all you would do is paste that URL right here, and then you can say how long this link is available for. So what we usually recommend is that you do maybe 2 days at the most, and let people know on the invoice that, hey, your registration link is only valid for the next 48 hours. After that, you're not going to be able to, after that, you're going to have to contact support, and we're going to have to get you set up. So you can kind of give some scarcity in there and let people know, hey, you need to go and sign up and register for the course and get your login information created. So you can set those as if you want. And then the same thing is, where do you want to send people to get their bump offer? Now, for the sake of this video, we're just going to go with display their total and their invoice. We're just going to leave it at that. I'm going to go ahead and hit next. And now we're here in the checkout page. Now, as you can see here, there is new carts and legacy carts. So the legacy carts are the original shopping carts that ThriveCart had. Now, these do still work really, really well. If you want to use them, we pretty much haven't used any of these though since the new carts have come out. And you can see here that there is a standard cart, there is a sales cart, an embeddable cart, and a pop-up. Now, based on what you're wanting to do, there's a lot of different options that you have. So one is pretty much for us, a lot of the times we are building our sales pages in WordPress, and then we just have a button where people can click to go and complete the transaction. So the sales page does all of the selling, there's a button, and then we normally send them to a standard checkout cart like this, where they just put in their billing information and process the payment. Now, we do occasionally use some of the sales carts, and I will show you one of the products that we have that uses the sales cart, because sometimes it's just a lot easier to actually set up an entire sales page in ThriveCart. Though the one thing though is the sales carts are not really as intensive. They're a really fast way to get a cart and a landing page and a sales page set up, and they do work. Like, people do buy off of them. They look pretty nice, but they're not going to have all the bells and whistles like if you use like a like WordPress, or you build something from scratch where you can have a lot more control over it. This is really more for products that are, maybe you're wanting to test out some products, or you just want to get something together really fast, or you're selling something to a pre-existing audience and want to have like a really simple sales page for them. Now, the other option is you can embed the checkout directly on a page, which is fantastic. And then the pop-up is really nice because if you want, when people click a button on your website, it will just pop up with the checkout right there and they can fill it out. We don't use the pop-up that much, but we do pretty much, we have used all of these, but the one that we use the most is the standard. So that's what I'm going to show you right now. Like I said, I am going to show you a sales cart because I know that some people just want to use ThriveCart to build their sales pages, do everything, and it does work fairly well. So I am going to show you one of those as well. But right now, let's just go ahead and click on standard. I'm just going to go ahead and click the launch editor. So this is the new editor. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here, and this is probably the checkout page that we use the most. We actually use it quite often in our agency. Anytime that we're working with a client and we just want to send out, after they have signed a proposal doing all of that, we'll actually just go in here, create a cart, and they just do the checkout on here, and it looks really, really nice, really, really professional. So I'm just going to walk you through kind of styling this cart and some of the things that we pretty much do on all of ours, just because I think it's a little bit easier. I like the way that it looks, but everything can be 100% customized the way that you want it. So right off the bat, if we go over here to the page options, you can see that we have two different cart styles. So this is a full page, and then if we go to boxed, you can see that it is boxed here, meaning that this is just going to come in, and you can kind of change these little radiuses over here, kind of make these rounded if you want. I'm just going to leave it at full page. And then you can see here the sidebar. So this is the sidebar. Which side do you want it on? Do you want it this way? Do you want it this way? However you pretty much want it. Next is the cart flow. Do you want a multi-step, meaning that people put in their contact information and then click continue, and then they go to the payment section? Or do you want to have a single step, which has pretty much everything all right here? Now, I actually prefer the single step checkout. I don't necessarily like the multi-step. I know that that's kind of a thing because, you know, people put in their email and if they abandon and whatever. I just don't necessarily like having it as an additional step for people to have to take. To me, I'm like, if somebody is ready to buy right now, I'm just going to give them everything all on one page. So we have that, and then we can go down here. We can see the main color, the sidebar color. You can see that we just have a little editor here, and we can kind of change this around to whatever we want it to be. All right, and then if we scroll down, you can see that we can change up the fonts in here. There isn't a whole lot, and really the reason for that is because a lot of these fonts are really just the kind of standard fonts that you're going to find across a lot of different platforms. So we pretty much just leave it at default. I don't worry too much about the fonts on here. And then you can see here we can hide the title sections, or we can have those on. I prefer to keep those on. And then you also have some SEO settings, so you can set the page title, the page description. So I do recommend you go through and do these, as well as do you want to actually allow this checkout page to be indexed in search engines. You want to add a little page favicon, because right now we have the ThriveCart one. You can change that out. And then the same thing, this is what I really like too, is the social media share image. You can add that in there as well. So make sure to do that. And then if we go to the top, you can kind of see there's some different spacing options in here, and we can kind of play around with some stuff. Now let's go ahead and jump in and start kind of playing around with this and making it look a little bit better. So as you can see, there are these different sections. So if I click in here, you can see that I can go and I can essentially just click and edit the text in here, and you can pretty much do whatever you would like to do. And then whenever you're done, you can click save, even though all of that looks horrendous. So let's just undo all of the things. And you can change around the text. The other thing is, once I click into here, you can see here on the left side, we now have options for this section. So right now you can see that all it's asking for is an email and a abbreviated address. So you can see here, if I want to enable customer name, so that could be just the first name, or do I want first and last name, as well as where do I want the name? Do I want it before the email? Do I want it after the email? The same thing, do I want to add the business name? And do I want that optional, or do I want it required? Contact number, so the same thing, optional or required. And then customer address. So with this, the big thing is you can either have it abbreviated, or you can have the full billing address, which will have street, it'll have country, state, address, city, and zip code. Or you can just have the abbreviated one, which is just country, state, and zip code. So a lot of times we use the abbreviated one, but we do occasionally use a full address. It really depends on what you're wanting to do and what kind of information you need. Now, if we had this as a physical product, there would actually be another section in here that was all just related to shipping. That way people can have a different, just like if their billing address is different than their shipping address, they have those options. So I'm just going to leave this at abbreviated just to kind of clean this up. And then the same thing, the VTA number. Do you want this to be in there? And of course, it's optional. And this is only going to show up if your customer is within a region that requires that. So a lot of times we have it disabled. And then the other thing is, do you want to add a custom field? And if you do, you can set up that custom field right here. You can put the field ID, and then you can have the label. And then do you want to include this on the customer's invoice? And you can add multiple different fields in here, or you can delete them out. So we're not going to do anything right now with that. And then the same thing, do you want to show terms and conditions? So I recommend that you have this in here. And the nice thing with this is you can either enter your terms of conditions right in here, and when somebody clicks terms and conditions, it'll have a little pop-up that essentially tells them what the terms and conditions are. Or if you put a URL to maybe your privacy policy terms and conditions page, when they click this, it will actually open that link in another tab for them to go and read through. So I'm going to leave that checked. And then the same thing is you can have a opt-in checkbox, and if you want to have this, you can. And just like it says here, yes, please send me marketing emails, and you can go ahead and enter the text in here, or whatever you are wanting to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave those off for right now. The one that I recommend is at least the show terms and conditions box, but I'll leave that off. So go ahead and click done, and there you go. The other thing that I forgot to mention is you can change the color in here, and that is going to be this color up here. So we can really change that to whatever. We also have spacing, so we can move this around. Right, you can easily come in here and mess things up, so make sure that you at least pay attention to what you are doing. And there we go. That looks good. We can add padding, spacing, all that kind of stuff in here, and whatnot. So there is that. And then the same thing. So if we go over here to the product, we can actually show the image, we can hide the image. Like I said, really everything is click, drag, do that kind of stuff. And then if I go and I click here, I can actually pick an image. So let's just pick this image right here just because it is readily available. And now we can see a small picture of that, and I can change the size of that, and that's about as big as that is going to get at 100%. The thing that we actually tend to do is we turn that off, and if we go over here you can see the elements, and you have all these different elements. And what I like to do is just grab this image, place it right there, grab this and put that there, and now we have something that looks a little bit better. You know, we have a bigger image, we have that kind of stuff. You'll probably want an image that has a transparent background, and this one doesn't because the background that we were using was all just white. So you can see there, it just makes everything look a lot cleaner, but that way you can get a bigger product image on there, and it just looks nice, and they can see the price, and then this is their total and whatnot. So like I said, there's a lot of things that you can do. So this product info box is actually this box right here. You can delete out pretty much anything that you need. Of course, you can't delete out the contact information. You can't delete out the bump offer. Now, if you don't have a bump offer, this will not be here. Some of these elements you do have to have, but some of them you can kind of get rid of. And you can see here that if we wanted, we can add a video, and you can see that we have these different options over here, and each element has its own options, right? So we can have just the video itself, and maybe we want to make that bigger, or we can have a video and text on that side, or move it over here, or have, you know, all kinds of different things that you can pretty much do. And then of course these are going to be smaller than if I took this and put this over here, right? There's just so many things that you can do. And then the same thing is with the video. Really, you're going to have your embed code. So like I said, if you're doing anything, you'll just copy the embed code right here, click done, and that video will show up. So let me go ahead and delete that out. Yeah, and then like I said, you have all kinds of different things. So if we wanted, you know, maybe a little divider up here, we can bring that maybe down here, right? You can add all these things, and they all have different options over here, and you can kind of change around the different things, which is kind of nice. So, and what I really like about it is that it's not super overcomplicated, because like if you've ever worked in WordPress or you do any of that stuff, there's a lot of options that you can have, and you can really make things really complicated and really convoluted. And that's what I really like with ThriveCart, is they really just give you the most impactful things that are going to help you create really good looking pages, right? Like I said, we have images, we have text, product info, right? I can grab this countdown timer and we can throw that up here, and you can see here, you know, we have a cool little countdown timer, right? I can change this text up. If I go over here, I can set this to be an evergreen timer, or I can have this a fixed timer, right? And I can go down here and I can, you know, choose the date when it'll end, what'll happen, that kind of stuff. Or if I click evergreen, you can see here, you know, how, like, do I want, let's say, 2 hours, and then what is going to happen when the countdown ends, right? Do we just want to reset the counter? Do we want to take users to another page, or do we want to replace this entire cart with a message? So here's one of the things that we like to do, especially whenever we're launching products, and why I really enjoy this feature is we tend to have a countdown timer, and we set it as evergreen. That way, anytime that a customer goes and clicks on a product, they have, let's say in this instance, 2 hours to buy this product. And then what we'll do is we'll set this to take them to another page. And essentially what we'll do is we will essentially duplicate this page and then increase the price of the product. So for instance, like this one, is $5.97. Instead of it being $5.97, maybe we bump it up by $100. And up here we say, hey, once this countdown timer hits 0, you're going to have to pay $6.97 for this thing. And if they wait until the countdown hits 0, what'll happen is they'll be redirected to this another page that we create in here, and we put the link. And now this price is going to go up to $6.97. And then maybe we have another countdown timer, and this one says, hey, whenever the countdown hits 0, you're going to, this is going to be at $7.97, right? And this really gets people to start buying your product a lot more, because what ends up happening is people see these countdown timers and they're used to just like, oh, whenever it hits 0, it just restarts, and they think that they can come back at any time and buy this product. But what this does is once it hits 0, the price goes up, and people see that, it really starts to create the FOMO, and you're going to start getting people to buy your products a lot quicker and a lot more. And if you really essentially get your buyers used to that, then whenever you launch a product, you're going to have way more people buy it right off of the bat, because they know once this countdown hits that the price will go up, and you're really able to have a lot higher sales as time goes on. So that's just like a little caveat, a little tip thing that I wanted to throw in there. Like I said, I know that this video is really just going over things, but I just want to also talk about some of the things that we do and whatnot. So just so you have an idea of all of the things that you can do. And I think that's one of the hidden powers that ThriveCart has that a lot of other platforms don't really do as easily, or as it's just not as easy to do. And that's something that we really like doing with our products. So like I said, you have all those things. You can see here we also have these little guarantee badges in here. And like I said, you can use any of these. Some of these look kind of nice, but if you want, you can always go and add your own just by uploading some images and whatnot. So sometimes we'll put this maybe down here. So just to give you an instance, you can see down here we have these little payment buttons, right? So you can see here we can change all of this. Do we want it full width? Do we want standard? Do you want a custom image button? A lot of times we don't do that. We just leave it as the button here. Change out the color, the radius, that kind of stuff. And then down here, card icons. Do you want the full list? Do you want a limited list? Or do you want none? Sometimes what we'll do is we actually have this, and we use it on a lot of our sales pages. But we actually just put this in there because I like the way that this looks. It's a little bit bigger. Kind of has a little bit more credibility, I feel like, right? You can see here, powered by Stripe, all the stuff in here. So you can add all those little things in there, and that's what I really like about ThriveCart. And like I said, if you had maybe a custom guarantee that you can put down here, right? You can put it maybe down here, just like, a custom one, and have that. And you can see here, you can change these up. You can have, whatever. You can have 2 of them, however you want to do it, right? It's 100% up to you when it comes to that. So the other thing that I like to do is, you can see here we have the 2 boxes. You can kind of see, the other thing is you can do them as rows. I actually like the way that the rows look better, in my opinion, but it's 100% up to you. Like I said, you can change around the colors. You can really do all the different things. And you can see here, do you want to show the price under, or do you just want to have that? And then the other thing is you can add images so that people know what they're getting, right? So you can have an image because maybe you have 2 different things that you're offering or whatever, right? You can put little images in here if you want. A lot of the times we just leave it just like this. Yeah, and then the same thing, you have your payment info. You can change this, you can change those things around. Then down here you can actually remove this based on what plan you ended up getting with ThriveCart. So I can hide this, and I can say yes, hide the branding. We can add our own link, right? And I can put, you know, whatever in here. And then we would add our link. And then there you go. We can go change the color around in here, you know, do whatever we want to do. And there you go, right? And people click that, they'll go off to your website or whatever link you have down here. Or if you want, you can just hide that completely. It's totally up to you. So yeah, there's a lot of different things in here, right? You can add columns, custom HTML, all kinds of things. Some of these you're only going to use at certain times. Not everything really makes that much sense. And then, right, and some of these items you may use, you may not. It all depends on what you want to do. So finally, let's look at the bump offer. So if I click on this, you can see that I can add an image in here. Right, we can get rid of the headline, we can get rid of the subject line, body text, image, whatever it is that we want to do, right? We can add the image, any of those things. You can change the outline here. You know, you can change, do you want a toggle or do you want a checkbox? I like the toggle. Either one pretty much works. I haven't really seen that big of a difference. You can change that around, and you can kind of change those things. And this is really where you're going to go and enter in the information, right? You can see here, we'll need to put what this is, you know, what the special one-time offer is, how much it is. This price that's in here is not dynamic, so you're going to need to make sure to put that in there, and all those things. So that's a quick overview. I know there's a lot in there, but that's a quick overview of this. Now, the one last thing is you can click over here and see what this is going to look like on a mobile device, and you can rearrange things around if you would like, based on mobile. Now, it's not going to allow you to like change and edit all the things. You can really just drag and drop the elements to reorder the way that they're going to show up. So just keep that in mind. Now, if we go ahead and click next, this is the success page. So this is what people are going to see once they have completed their order. Now, ThriveCart allows you to have upsells and downsells. So this is going to show up after they have gone through any upsells or downsells that you have, if you have those set up. If not, once they have gone through your checkout page, they're going to see this page. And if you set up a custom redirect page, they're going to automatically go there. Or if you have it set up for adding them to a membership, any of that stuff, it's going to give you those options here. But just like anything, you can go in here, you can click and edit all the different information. So one of the things that is nice, you can show this PDF button. So if we don't want that, we can get rid of that, as well as the contact support button. You can show it or you cannot show it. So one of the things that I like, sometimes maybe this PDF does not make that much sense, right? You can just go in here, you can edit the name in here, or let's say that maybe you want to add something else, right? So let's say that we don't want that. You can come over here and go to this button, and you can just add another button in here, and we can say that I want it full width. We can change out the colors. We can do all of that stuff. And where does this button link to? So maybe this could be like, you know, join our Facebook group, right? You can put that in there and people can click that and go off to a Facebook group, whatever it is, right? There's all kinds of different things that you can do with this page if you decide to use it. So once we're done there, we're just going to go ahead and click complete. And that's going to go ahead and save. Then we're going to hit next. And now here we are on all of the tracking. Now these are your Facebook pixels, your Google tags, any of those things. So you can see here that there is Facebook. So the nice thing is you just enter your pixel ID, and it will do all of the tracking for you. So when somebody initiates the checkout, when somebody completes an order, all of that, it's going to track everything, which is really nice. You don't have to worry about copying this and that and all kinds of whatever. You just put your ID in there and you're ready to go. The same thing with your Google Ads and your Google Analytics. And then if you use the website optimizer, you can put that in there as well. And then if you have other custom tracking codes that you want to use, like if you're using Pinterest, which we highly recommend if it makes sense in your market. Pinterest has some of the most engaged buyers, and they're willing to spend the most amount of money out of pretty much almost any ad platform and stuff. So that's something to keep in mind. And you can see here, this is all pages, checkout pages, main product, split pay, one time, run this code for the first time they get to the success page. It really does break it down and makes it really, really easy to understand what's going on. So go ahead and click next. So here you can add rules, and what these are is if you have your email marketing set up, or you have any of that, you can see here, you can set all of these. So main product purchase, you can say, for any of these, and if you have an email marketing system set up in here, you can have it run these different things. So there's all kinds of stuff. Like I said, there's a lot in here, and it's really going to depend on what integration you're using. But we're going to go ahead and skip that, and let's just go ahead and click Save and Get URL. All right, and now you'll see here that you have a few different things. We can see the URL. We can edit the checkout page. We can share this design. We can add tracking IDs. We can copy the URL. We can customize the sales funnel. We can do all kinds of different things. We have the affiliate stuff if we want to go and set that up again. We can. So let's just go ahead and check out this. And the nice thing is you can see here that there is a warning saying that this is a test. So if you buy anything through here, you're not going to get anything, that kind of stuff. That way you can run through your entire sales page, your sales funnel, that kind of stuff, and make sure that things look the way that you want, kind of see what the end user is going to see, and that kind of stuff. So you can see here, this is pretty much the checkout page. The only other thing that we usually do is we'll put like our logo in here and really customize it to make sure that it looks like our brand. But you can see here that pretty much everything works. You can see, if I click this updates. You can see here that we have the amount of product left, and if I click on this one, you can see there, and then you can see, it gives me all of this information as a customer. That way I know. And like I said, if you want to run a test transaction, you can do that. Right, you can just put all of this in here. All right, so here we are back at the product. So you can see here that we had our test product. Now let's go ahead and jump on over to upsells. Now you can see here we have a few different upsells, but we can just create one really quick here. We'll just say that this is a digital one. I'm just going to call this a test upsell and go next. And then you can see here, how do we want to price this? Is this a one-time fee, subscription fee? What all are we doing here? So I'm just going to leave most of these the same. And then let's put $5 in here. Go next. The same thing. Do you want to add a tracking code to this offer page? And then do we want affiliates? Now the same thing is for fulfillment. You can see here that it's going to be a bit different. So you want to have your success page link, so your purchase product name and whatnot. So I'm going to have those in here. So product. Okay, go ahead and hit next, and then save my upsell. So now you can see here that we are ready to go, and we can continue. And a lot of times people get confused because they're like, okay, well, now what do I do, right? Because now it's kind of a little confusing and whatnot. So now that we've created the product, let's go back to our main product. Go ahead and see this where it says create funnel. Now go ahead and click that. I want to enable this. And you can see here, when a customer purchases, I want to display their invoice, provide URLs to their purchase, add them to a membership, or use a custom script. So right now we're just going to leave it at display their invoice. And right here, these are one of the things that you really want to consider. So as it says here, refunds, chargebacks can be reduced when customers confirm via micro commitments. Now what this means is, do you want to leave as one click to minimize clicks, or do you want to show a confirmation step to reduce chargebacks and refunds? So if we go ahead and just save it as this, essentially whenever somebody purchases your main product, they're going to be shown your upsell, and then all they got to do is click one button and that's going to be added. And then if that's the end of your sales funnel, they're going to see the final invoice based on how we have it set up here. Now, if you want, you can also have them confirm that they're buying the first thing and then confirm that they're buying the upsell. So this has more steps, but as it says, it reduces chargebacks and refunds. So that's up to you. We're just going to leave it like this. And now if we go here to upsell, you can see we have all these products to choose from. So I'm just going to say upsell 1. And now you can see that we can also offer a downsell. So maybe we have a downsell of this product, but it is at a lower price point, or maybe it's a split pay option, whatever it is, right? So that is the product, and then it says this upsell is a replacement for the following purchase. And basically what this means is, do you want this product to replace the front end offer? So what this would be is, maybe you're doing a upgrade, right? Maybe somebody is buying a membership, and if they go and they get this upsell, maybe they can upgrade to a gold status, right? Maybe that's what the upgrade is. And instead of it being a additional thing, they're just upgrading their package, right? And maybe gold is that they end up paying yearly, let's say, and it's at a discount. So you can have this price replace the other one, meaning that they will just end up paying the difference between those two products. So let's say that our front end product is $100 and our upsell is $200. All it's going to do is add the extra $100 to the final total, where if you kept it as none, they would be buying the $100 plus the $200 product. In turn, their entire final cost would be $300. So we're going to leave this at none for right now. And then what I want to do is go here and just click Save Sales Funnel. And you just want to do that just to make sure that everything is saved. And then we just want to click back here to Customize. That way we know that this is set up. And then you can see here you can have up to 5 upsells as well as 5 downsells. So right here, let's just go ahead and edit upsell page. And you can see here that we can either use the ThriveCart editor, or we can embed this on a sales page if we want our own custom upsell page. So we're just going to stay in ThriveCart, and let's go ahead and launch the editor. And right here, you can see that this is the upsell page. And just like before, we have all of these options. We can edit a whole bunch of stuff. And the nice thing is I like this little status bar. That way they can kind of see what's going on, right? You can disable it if you want. You can have it a solid background, stripe background, however you want to do it. Have those things in there, change up any of the things. And usually what ends up happening is you put this little video here, you can have this talking about something, and you can really start just building this out as a full page if you would like. And then if we click on here, you can see we can change all the different things, and you can have this little pricing breakdown right here, which I do recommend that you have, where it says by clicking above, a total of $5 will be added to your order. You don't have to have that. I recommend that just so that people understand what's going on. I also don't like to leave this like how this is. I actually would make this stand out because I want people to know what they're buying. I'm not trying to trick people into buying something they don't need, because I don't want to have those chargebacks, refunds, any of those things. So yeah, so you really just go through here, you can customize this out. You can really do, like I said, just about all the same things, right? You can add bullet points in here, you can do all of that, and you can change all this around. And then once you're done, you just hit complete, and then make sure you go down here to save. So if we go here and we view this, and then you can see here that now we are on our upsell page. And like I said, once this is all kind of designed out the way that you want, people can either click yes, upgrade my order, or no thanks, please do not add this purchase to my order. So just go ahead and click yes. And just like that, you can see that now we have our invoice. A copy of this will be emailed to your customers, and they'll be able to see all of the different things. They can contact support. There's that button that we put in there, and you can really just see all the different things. Like I said, if you're going and they're being redirected to a different sales page, or being redirected to where they can go to create their user account, any of that stuff, that's what's going to happen. But this is just how we have it set up right now. Yeah, and that's pretty much what it's going to look like for your customers. And then, of course, you just want to make sure that this page is actually live and not in the sandbox mode, because nothing's going to happen there. So I'm going to go ahead and close that out. And yeah, just like that, you can see that we were able to go and create we were able to go and start creating a sales funnel and have those pages. And like I said, you can go in here and you can do all kinds of stuff. Now, I'm going to jump back over here to products. So those are upsells. The same thing with downsells. You'll need to create a downsell. Now, this is the thing that I really, really like, is A/B testing. So you can actually test different pages, different checkout carts, different things like that, which is really, really cool. So we can go here and we can pretty much just pick two different things that we want to test. So normally, what you're going to want to do is go over here, and this little duplicate, you can just click that, and we can duplicate our test product, change maybe one thing on it, go over here to the A/B test, and what you would do is you would click the page that you want to test, and then you want to choose the second page that you want to test, and you can see here you can name it, and then right here is how you want to decide how you're going to pick a winner. Do you want the one that gives you the highest income through the entire funnel? So that includes all the upsells, downsells, bump offers, everything. Or do you want the one that has the highest cart conversion or the lowest abandoned cart conversions, right? So a lot of things to test. And then right here, how long do you want to run your test? So when do you want it to end? And then once you click create, it's going to you're going to be able to essentially name this here, and then this URL is what you'll use to either send to your clients if you're using like WordPress or something else to do your sales pages, and people click on over to it, or however you want to do it. They're going to see those different, it's going to essentially split it up and run that A/B test for you, which is really, really cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and close out of there. And then finally, we have coupons. Just like it says here, you can go create a coupon, and you can pick, how much you want. Is it enabled, disabled? Is it a fixed price? Is it a percentage? Is it free shipping, discounts, coupons? How do you want it to be used? Do you want it to apply to affiliates? Do you want to have a fixed number of them? What products, behaviors, that kind of stuff, which is kind of cool too. So that is all of those tabs there. So before we jump into a bunch of the other things, I want to now just quickly show you what a physical product looks like. And I'm just going to use this one right here. This is our 2021 content calendar. We still have this in test mode, but I just want to kind of just show you what it looks like here. So you can see here that once you go into a product, you can quickly go and change it. So like if we decided we actually just want to make this a digital product and not a physical product, and just click over and make it a digital product. Now, as you can see here, we have this in here. Same kind of thing, right? We have price, that kind of stuff. And then when we go to fulfillment, you'll actually see that there is the shipping on here. So if I go to add shipping, there's a few ways that you can do this. You can see here that Printful, Lulu, those are the two that we have right now, or you can have manual shipping. So if you're creating your own products, maybe you're doing like handmade jewelry, any of that stuff, and you're shipping stuff out yourself, this makes it really easy because you can go in here, name this, and maybe this is just standard shipping. You can add the weight, the dimensions, and you can change these to, grams, pounds, ounces, centimeters, meters, inches, feet, however you need to do it. And then you can dictate where this shipping option is available, right? So is it worldwide? Is it in the U.S.? Is it international, specific countries, specific U.S. states, anywhere except kind of thing? And these are only this shipping option is only going to show up based on that. And then you can enter in the amount. So if you know what your shipping costs are, you can put those in there, which is really, really handy. So, and then the same thing after purchase, we just have it to display that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and go to save and get URL because most of the stuff is kind of done. But that's one of the things that's a little bit different. And what I also want to show you is on here, this is what a sales page looks like. So if we go here, you can see this is just a sales page. This is the one that we designed right now. Like I said, we can go in, we can change this around any way that we want. This is just how we like it. So we have our logo at the top. We have days left until 2021. So we have a little countdown here. We added this image. You can see here, we have what it is, the value, that kind of stuff. We have this button here. So if you were wondering, like the button option, that's what this is for. So if I click this, it'll jump down here to the information. So let's go ahead and scroll back up. You can see here that we just have some copy in here. We have these little dividers. You can see that we put in images of the calendar itself. And then the same thing, we have this here. So you can see here we have the contact information, we have the shipping address, and then right here you can see that we have two shipping options that people can choose from, right? And this express shipping we just kind of threw in here, that way I could show you what this looked like with multiple shipping options. But yeah, so you can see here people can pick the shipping option that they want. You can also add more information in here. This is the only one that we use as the standard shipping, and you can see here we just have this text up here just to let people know roughly what the time is and how that's going to work. And then the same thing, they can go down here, complete their order, just another picture, that kind of stuff. And then we have some of our compliancy text and that kind of stuff down here. And then the same thing, if they have a coupon code, they can add that in there as well. Now for the coupon codes, these are only this field will only show up if there is a coupon available for that product. So the nice thing is, if we didn't have a coupon for this, this would not show. Because I know that sometimes if you, like some shopping carts, it just shows a coupon portion, even if you don't have a coupon code for that product. So that's one other little nice thing to think about. So this is just a quick little sales page. And these sales pages work pretty well. Like I said, we've taken some of these and put these on like Pinterest and even just run ads directly to these little pages, and they convert pretty well. And that's why I said it's nice because it's really quick and easy to set these pages up. It doesn't take a lot of time, and you can start selling a product very, very quickly and start getting information if it's actually something people want. So that's really cool. So we're still finalizing this one a little bit, but nevertheless, that's kind of what that looks like. Now, as you can see here, we have a coupon code, and I can copy this link, and if I actually go here to this link, you can see that it will auto-generate the coupon, and it will put it in there for me. So if I toggle this down, you can see it's automatically in there, which is really nice, because if you want to have a link with a coupon code directly in it, and you don't have to worry about people copying and pasting it and putting it in there, That's one of the things that I really like about ThriveCart as well. So that was just a quick overview of that with a physical product and kind of what a sales page would look like. So next we can go here to transactions. This is going to show you all of your transactions, and you can see this based on pretty much whatever you want. You can look at all transactions, you can look at products or bump offers, upsells, and if you had downsells, they'd be in here as well. You can also, search by customer name and that kind of stuff too. Then if we go here to subscriptions, same exact thing. You can see all subscriptions, you can see new signups, active, trials, overdue, pause, canceled, all that kind of stuff. And that's what I really like, is it just makes it really easy to see everything in here. Then if we jump on over here to affiliates, you can see how much commission your affiliates have earned, how much commission you've paid out, how many active affiliates you have, how many sales you've gotten from affiliates. You can choose based on product, you can choose based on the affiliate themselves. You can see all of that information in here. Like I said, you can see payments, you can see who needs payments, who's overdue. If you're doing manual kind of things, you can come in here and do that. You can see all of the products, and just like this one right here, you can edit sign-up pages, you can add promo material, you can whitelist and blacklist certain people, URLs, IP addresses, that kind of stuff. And then you can get a sign-up URL, and then just different rules and stuff if you want to have that. Now, JV partners is something that's also really cool. The difference, it's a little different than affiliates, where affiliates can make maybe commissions or do that kind of stuff, where JV partners, you really assign someone, where if you're partnering up with someone and you want to split the profits of a product, right? So for instance, like let's say that we go and we hire a app designer and they design the entire app, and we really sell the stuff, and maybe you want to do a joint partnership where they get 50% of the sales and you get 50% of the sales. You can go in here and you can do all of that. And the nice thing is you can come in here and create a contract, so you can have the partner name, you can have their email, the business that they represent, what product or service that they are a partner with. You have all of the contract settings, which is really cool. So you can see here that there's just a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, right. And then if you want to do automatic payments to them, you can do PayPal, or you can do manual payments. And then the same thing is like, do you want percentages or specific stuff? There's just so much to go in there. We don't have any JV partners right now. It is something that we're at least looking at, kind of thinking about occasionally, and is one of those that you kind of have to, like I said, really just think about and figure out if it makes sense for you and your business. So those are the JV partners. Now let's jump on over here to the settings. Now, like I said, there is a lot of stuff in here. I know that this is going to be a really long video, but I want to make sure that it is as thorough as possible. So let's jump on over here to the integrations. And as you can see right now, there are 36 integrations on here. Some of them are still coming. What you can see here, we got Stripe, PayPal, Authorize.net. We have ActiveCampaign, Aweber, ConvertKit, Drip, GetResponse, HubSpot, Infusionsoft, MailChimp, MailerLite, Sendy, Entreport, Moose Send, Digital Access Pass, LMS, Lifter LMS, MemberMouse, MemberPress, Optimize Member. Some of these are coming soon, but there is a lot of different things. And then of course they have a Zapier integration. So if you don't see your integration, you may be able to integrate with ThriveCart. And we use a lot of Zapier integrations and that kind of stuff. But you can see here, you can have Printful, you can have Shopify, ShipStation. There's a lot of different stuff in here that you can integrate. and they make it really, really easy to do the integration. You just click the view settings and they have videos that walk you through everything, which is super helpful. So let's go ahead and go back. So blacklist, just like it says, you can enter an IP address and you can add those in there as you need them. And then if we go to account-wide settings, you can see the invoice. So we can add, we can change up the invoice number if we want. The same thing. So finances, so your financial settings, so when is your fiscal year, that kind of stuff. So Customer Hub, this is something that is really, really cool, something that I really, really enjoy. So the Customer Hub is actually, if I copy this URL here and we jump over here, you can see here what it is you can actually just have this link, and we have this link in all of our membership sites, all of that stuff. And essentially what it is if your customer misses a payment or their credit card needs to be updated, any of that stuff, they can literally just click on, they can go to this link, they enter in their email address that they have done all of their purchases, and they can actually update their card information. If they want to pause a subscription or they want to cancel a subscription, they can do all of it right in here. And it's really, really nice because it cuts down on a lot of just all of the back and forth between customer service, that kind of stuff. And we feel like a lot of our customers actually really enjoy it because they like the idea that they don't have to get on the phone with somebody or email support to cancel their subscription. They can just go in, cancel their subscription, and not have to worry about it. And yes, there is something to be said about getting people on the phone, and you can essentially eliminate some of those people from dropping off. But I just like the idea of giving people the option to, if they don't want to have the subscription, they can completely cancel it. Or there's also an option where they can just pause their subscription. So like, let's say that maybe this month their budget's a little tight. They can go in and pause it for maybe 1 or 2 months and then enable their subscription, which is kind of nice. And some of our customers and our clients do that, and it's really, really helpful. So the same thing, the affiliate area, that's just some stuff through ThriveCart. And then right here is the CNAME. So if you want to have your custom domain set up, we don't have one. We should probably get one. We've just mainly been using ThriveCarts, which is it would be 𝗦𝗓𝗕𝗦𝗖𝗥𝗕𝗦𝗓.com, and we're okay with that for right now. So but that's where you'd go to do that. You can go in and you can manage users, so you can have multiple people on your team. You can have up to 5 users if you want. Dunning, this is something that's really nice. So as it says here, you can go, and these are using ThriveCart's default Dunning emails. So like it says, do you want to send out an upcoming payment email? We have ours disabled. And then right here, overdue payment email. I want to send 3 emails 3 days after. So I want to send out a series of 3 emails letting them know that their payment is overdue. So 1 day after their payment is overdue, then 2 days after that, and then 3 days, and it will just prompt them to go and update their card. The same thing, card expiring soon. I want to send one 30 days before, 14 days, 3 days, and then card has expired 30 days, 14, 3 days. So all those things are really, really cool that you can go and have those in there. And then as it says, this is coming soon, you'll be able to see these statistics of how the emails are performing and that kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool. So if we go back, we also have a tax return report, so you can generate it, pick the dates, generate it. Helpful for taxes and that kind of stuff. Legal compliance, so these are just policies, cookie warnings, all that kind of stuff. So you can see here that you can prevent automatic collection of email, all that kind of stuff. So
a lot of things to go through in here. Make sure you go through these, read them, check them out, see which ones make sense for you and your business. And then right here you have custom text and translation. So this you can go and you can change around the text, or you can get it translated into different things. And then they have an API and webhook. So there is the ThriveCart API. So this is use the ThriveCart API to validate orders. And then there are connected apps, and you can see here these are the Zapier apps that we have connected, and then webhooks and notifications, and you can go, and like I said, they have a video in here, and you can set those up, which is pretty cool. So that is pretty much all of the settings, all of that. Like I said, there's a lot of things in here. Their support is fantastic. Anytime that I have a question or have a problem, they're always super, super responsive. Yeah. Now that is pretty much everything in a nutshell when it comes to ThriveCart. So we wanted to be as in-depth as possible and really give you as much information as possible so that you can make the best educated buying decision. Because I know whenever we were looking at ThriveCart, we really had a lot of questions, and there wasn't really that many great reviews out there on ThriveCart. So we wanted to make sure that we went in depth and really talk about the things that I wish that I would have been able to know before we actually got ThriveCart. So like I said, with that being said though, don't forget we do have all of those awesome bonuses for you in the link in the description below. So if you would like to take advantage of those bonuses, like I said, that is the link for you down there. So I really hope that this has helped you decide whether ThriveCart is actually something that you're deciding that you should get for your business, or maybe actually decided that it actually is not going to work for your business. Because yes, even if you don't buy, we don't make a commission, but I would much rather you not buy a piece of software and be able to save that money and use it in something that's actually going to help you in your business than buy something that you don't need. And that's really what we're hoping to do with this video, is really clarify a lot of things and not just get you to buy something so we get a commission, but really help educate you in understanding what is going to help you the most in your business. So if you liked this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel to get more content just like this, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.